All right, guys, Coals are on. Welcome to episode... Well, actually, I don't even know what episode we're up to now. We're a bit ahead of schedule. But whatever episode this is, welcome to the Sunday Smoke, the podcast about nothing. We've got more guests on this week. You know, we're just pumping out the guests. This week, we have Euphoria Shisha, the boys with us today. We've got Hanna and Patrick on the table with us. What's going on, boys?
Well, thanks for having us, lads.
Thanks
yeah,
for having us. Man.
It's awesome.
Welcome to the table.
Yeah.
And then for the viewers watching on YouTube, they you won't see this on screen, but we've also got a couple of lads sitting off camera. Maybe they'll jump in mid-podcast. I know Charbel, he's pumped up for it. He's pumped up for some opinions.
He wants to run a little muck. He's getting G'd up.
And we also got Jonny in the background too. But welcome, boys. Enjoy your ag over there, man. And so, obviously, we've been talking a lot about Shisha. We had a lot of Shisha-related content on here with guests. You guys obviously have your Shisha Delivery service. So tell us a little bit about that. Who you guys are, what Euphoria Shisha is.
Yeah, so we've been around for about 13 months now, and bro, just myself and my brother, we just had this. We've been smoking for a while. I've been smoking for about 10 years. Him probably about 5. And bro, we just thought, you know what? Why not spread the love and spread what we do, you know? And we're just slowly building. You know, we still got a long way to go, but our vision and our stuff, we just can't wait to spread the Euphoria love with everyone around Sydney and Australia possibly, and especially with these lads, bro. We love it.
That's it. We're hoping by the end of the year to have ScoMo smoking our shit.
Smoking with ScoMo.
That's if he's still in sea, right?
That's it.
But oh boys, one question I want to start by asking is, why the name Euphoria?
Why the name Euphoria? That's a good one. Well, it's the biggest thing, obviously, whenever anyone wants to open up a company, you know, the name really needs to stick out. And, you know, the definition of euphoria is like that feeling, that, you know, that relaxed, you know, sort of a thing.
Happy place.
Happy place. And, bro, that's what we're all about. We like to be calm, cool, calm, collective, you know, and that's with Argila, you know, when you're kicking back with your family, having a barbecue, 100%. Especially with the Arabs know you guys,
yeah,
know, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
And, yeah, bro, it's that.
There's no better feeling.
Yeah.
Euphoria.
That's it.
Euphoria. Euphoria, we love it.
That's it. How long have you guys been trading for?
I believe we just hit
13 months, yeah. 13 months, been good.
So,
Mad.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, what made you guys start? Well,
I think I'll take the reins on that one.
I want to hear from you, Paddy.
We had one day, we're sitting down, me and my brother, and we're thinking, you know what, we wanna keep a footprint here in Sydney.
Yeah.
And what's the best way to do that? And Euphoria allows us not only to deliver shisha, but to create content and change the stigma that's around shisha with how we are here in Sydney. So I think that was a big thing for us when we started.
Yeah.
Which was pretty awesome. But
of course,
yeah.
You know, and bro, just like touching base on what Paddy said, like bringing people together, you know, like the last 2 years, you know, everyone knows that we've been in this bubble, this COVID lockdown and stuff. And like now everyone's slowly starting to get back out, having their parties and stuff, you know, and our motto is, you know, we bring life to the night, you know what I mean? So if you do like shisha and you have smoked before, you know what I mean? Like we just want to bring everyone together. If you haven't, bro, we're literally willing, and we have done it so many times, ask Pat, we'll go down to your house, we'll sit down, we'll crank with you as we're doing with these gentlemen here today, you know what I mean? And bro, we just
spread the love.
Spread the love.
Spread the love through shisha.
So where's the long-term kind of goal? You know, you got the delivery business, but we've been talking a bit behind the scenes here. You know, there's so many different kinds of ventures you can go into with Argila, shisha, hookah, whatever you like to call it. What's kind of next? What's the next step heading forward?
Our next step, look, we're still working on our content at the moment. You know, still building the customers, still building our socials and stuff. And our short term, like I said, probably by the end of the year, keep building that good relationship with the people. A lot of people knowing about us, and then probably our next. After that, I have a lot of vision. You know what I mean? But eventually, I would like to have an actual either restaurant or cafe, either overlooking, you know, San Suzy or the city or something really, really nice. You know, maybe a VIP lounge.
Yeah,
See it, man.
And get Pat and his
Dream
mates,
big,
you know. And
you
know,
Dream big for sure.
But yeah, it's we can't wait for what the future brings. You know.
Who knows? Instead of bottles, you know, when you go to clubs and you got bottle service, you're gonna have shisha service. You just
100%.
you get your own.
That's
booth.
something that's missing.
Yeah.
That really is.
Yeah.
You know what? That's actually a good idea.
There you go. We're making business ideas.
Yeah,
Because
right
look,
here.
and like for all the viewers listening, like the boys came down here from the second that they rocked up. This is the first time we've met the boys. You know, I've talked to Hanna over the phone a couple of days prior to this recording. you know. And as soon as you guys rocked up, there was just that vibe. As soon we sat down. We've been sitting down for like 2 hours before we even started recording. We had a pre-ag.
Second head, by the way.
Yeah, this is the second. 'Cause we just kept talking and talking. We're talking business, we're talking life, everything. And what's good about you boys is that vision, like you were talking about before. You aren't one dimensional. You're not thinking of getting a quick cash grab and leaving. You know, you're thinking of, right, what else can we do? How can we innovate a business that, in my opinion, is a dying breed.
That's it. And
here in Australia.
And for those of you that haven't seen their socials, like you can tell from your socials, you're passionate about the craft.
Yeah.
You're passionate about making good heads. You're passionate about experimenting, which is something that doesn't happen too often. Yeah. You know, a lot of people, we were talking about this earlier, they know what they like. They want to stick to what they like, whether that be double apple, whether that be a watermelon, whatever it might be. But you guys are willing to experiment with a whole bunch of different things, create new flavors.
Yeah, 100%. And as we touched before, bro, we spent 3 or 4 months, me and the boys, you know, mixing and matching our own flavors. And bro, like, how amazing is it that, you know, now Sam made us these other heads from Adalia that we've never tried before. And bro, like, Patrick and myself were thinking, bro, we're gonna start mixing and matching and bringing out new flavors, you know. So it's
that's it. And
innovation.
I was telling the boys before, like, because you obviously stick with Adalia and stuff. In your bowl right now, you know, you got some lime lit, you got watermelon meat. You never tried that before.
Amazing.
You know, that's one of my favorite. And I've got that mix. Shout out to Andy from Hook House. We like to shout him out on the podcast.
Yeah.
He's was the inspiration behind this mix. It's one of my favorites. And then to see you boys enjoying it, like, to see fresh faces enjoying what I'm, you know, packing for you boys. It's incredible. Incredible to see. And what you boys have packed in my bowl here, fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, and then actually Jackson, they probably can't see it on camera. They're smoking their favorite head on a pineapple head.
Yeah. The Nevea.
What's it called? The Nevea.
Yeah.
The
How is
Nevea.
it, lad?
So can you actually explain to me exactly what's in it first?
In the Nevea, look, there is 6 flavors. We're keeping that a little bit of a secret.
Yeah.
I can tell you 2 flavors. We got vanilla and
Can take
cherry.
that.
We got the cherry as well, which just enhances everything else that's in there as well, you know. So that one, to be honest,
Please go.
there it is. And that one, like I said, bro, we all came together. We put that one together, and bro, the passion and bro, I'd say it's just something that we love. You know what I mean? And not just the shisha, but bringing people together.
Yeah.
The socializing.
Touching on what Sam said before, like, that's what shisha does. It brings you together. It brings our culture out of us as well. Where, like, obviously we're probably 2nd, 3rd gen Australians, where a lot of people lose that generation from before, and shisha kind of allows us to stay back there as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a big deal with shisha too.
Yeah.
And also adding that little modern twist, because
Yeah.
as we were talking about before, where did it all start?
Yeah,
Double apple,
exactly.
you know,
Double
like,
apple.
in Lebanon, you know, that's,
Yeah, exactly.
that's where it all began. And
Yeah.
now there's all these new flavors, so there's new experiences to be had and to be shared with everyone. You know, just got to tap into that market.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's for you boys. So how old are you, Hannah?
I'm 27.
27, and you're
At 19.
19, young gunner.
Young, still
You know,
young.
and then obviously you're the older brother.
Yeah.
How is it, you know, starting a business with your younger brother? Because I have an older brother myself. How is it for you being the older brother, starting a business with your brother and sort of paving the way for him and showing him the way that is business?
Like any older sibling, you know, you want the best for your younger brothers, you know what I mean? And, you know, as my brother, obviously I love him, you know, I've seen him growing up. I remember him when he was in my mum's belly, you know, there's 8 years between us, you know, so, you know, see him come through, and, you know, we do a few other things as well with business and stuff. Like he's got his own company up and coming, you know, and I try to tell him whatever he takes from it, you know, that's up to him. He'll be his own man, but, you know, just have a vision, be good, you know, be honest, and work hard. And, you know, like, we're here for a good time, not a long time, you know
That's
what I
it.
mean? And I try to tell that to him, you know, and help him wherever I can. And, bro, you know what? He's doing a good job, bro. Young Paddy's doing a good
And
job.
touching on that, to have your brother behind you in your ventures, not just Euphoria, in my own company as well, like, it allows you to be a bit more free when you have someone to look to for advice.
Yeah.
Because obviously being young, it's hard getting into something, and when you have someone to get advice from, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So I think that was a big deal for me. I think
And just to go a little bit away from Euphoria, just for a moment, what's the business that you have on the side?
metal fabrication.
Yeah?
So a bit of welding,
Yeah.
bit of everything as well, but so mainly the welding, the storage cages.
Yeah?
So,
Obviously
yeah.
very different to Shisha.
Oh, very different,
Yeah.
very different. I think Shisha allows Euphoria allows me to be a bit more creative,
Yeah.
and I think the same thing for Hanna as well. It brings out that side of us that you can't really get on a job site,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is obviously pretty cool too.
Yeah. And have you found that because you obviously have a social media presence where you're doing front on face TikToks and
Yep.
Instagram reels and all that stuff, have you always been like that, like the outgoing person, or have you been a little bit reserved
Well,
and this has brought you out of your shell?
It's funny you say that because I was telling Hanna the other day,
Yeah.
I was very introverted in school, not very out there, and as you said, it allows me to feel less like you want to get out there more, and
Yeah.
social media allows you to do that and be more of a presence, and maybe someday change the world. I think so.
That's
I
it.
think that'll be pretty cool.
Awesome,
You know,
boys.
like you said before, like, you know, change the world, change the stigma, change the landscape for social interaction
Yeah.
around Akile. You know, like we said earlier, you know, sometimes there can be a stigma. You see it's very dominant on, you know, further in the west of Sydney. You know, you guys, what you're trying to do is you never shy away from bringing it closer, you know,
Yes, of
pushing it
course.
east, trying to get more people involved with it, so more people can sit down and have conversations like we're having right now
Yeah.
over an Agile,
Yep.
you know?
Of course, 100%. You know, and for us, and like I told Paddy, like the late Steve Jobs, one of his biggest life sayings was, "Think different." You know what I mean? So, and that's for everything we do, not just shisha, but everything we do. We like to think different.
Yeah.
And you know, if we can, if we can, bro, we got Charbel
Yeah,
in
I
the
know,
background.
I've
He's
been
doing his
seeing
shit.
him, man.
eh?
He's trying to get you out. He's doing all these weird hand signals.
He's trying to say, "Oh, bro, I've never seen my boss feel like this." Like, what's going on?
That's why I'm trying not to look at him, man. He's gonna
I
he's gonna
swear.
make me buckle.
I
So
see,
why don't you be like
so
Johnny, man? Johnny's he's chilling, bro. He's
conservative. Yeah, I swear. You know?
Be like Johnny.
yeah, be like Johnny. Yeah,
You know,
continue.
so yeah, we like to be different. You know, bring out the best in whoever's around us. You know, we like to give it all. You know, so. But yeah, just we like to think different, I guess.
Beautiful.
You know.
Another question I want to ask, shisha related. A few episodes back, I believe it was episode 14. Me and Jackson, we were discussing the use of fresh heads, fruit heads,
So
pineapple.
for those that can't see, I'm currently smoking out of a pineapple head,
Yeah.
right?
And what we were saying is because we don't like on our podcast or when we give our opinions to just everyone just agree. We like to hear different sides to different stories. So obviously, because you're a shisha delivery service, one of your biggest things is making like pineapple heads, orange heads, or you even you did a coconut
Yeah,
head
coconut.
on
yeah.
the go check that out on the
That was
TikTok.
great.
Let's get started.
That was mad. All right. Obviously, we have our opinions on it. You know, it's not as practical as doing a normal clay head. What's your opinions on the whole doing pineapple heads and everything, and where they can become applicable?
So look, a lot of people do the fresh heads. It's been going around, and the main fresh heads that everyone knows are the pineapple, the orange, the apple. I believe the Granny Smith.
Definitely not the coconut.
No, bro, that was just like a
Very
one
left field.
shot, eh? Yeah, it's like firstly the pineapple. It just gives it that citrusy flavor, sort of thing, that pineapple flavor, you know. And I think it's more of a decorative thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
That's the biggest thing, you know. And what's hard, bro? I think I made about easy 20 to 30 pineapple heads before I perfected it. You know, I thought it was easy. Chop the head off, put a hole
It's
through
hard.
it. Nah, it's actually difficult.
not
You
easy.
know.
Of
And,
all the fruits, it's the hardest to
Oh yeah,
master.
the pineapple is so difficult.
Yeah.
And you know, we're drying and all that stuff, you know. And we had one of our customers. She's like, "Oh, you know, I've been trying to do it, you know." And I sent her a full recording on how I did it, how I made it and stuff. And bro, she sends me recordings like, "Is this right? Is this how this is that?" You know. I
Yeah.
said, "Bro, just trust the process and you'll get it," you know. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we even did a. We don't sell this, but we did a rock melon.
A rock
melon.
We've done
Yes.
everything, I think.
That's another tricky one because when you open it, it's very hollow inside.
Yeah.
So to get it right, it's pretty tough.
We did a rock
How'd you go with that one?
Bro, that was like all the boys said that like I couldn't do it. And
Yeah.
bro, me, if someone tells me I can't do something, I
love
do
it.
Like,
I love that, man.
I gotta
That's
do it. You
That's
know?
awesome, bro.
That and the coconut.
Yeah.
Because the coconut's all hollow inside, you know, we didn't know how to do a base and stuff. And bro, we made it happen. We thought different.
You know what we've seen one time before? I don't know if you remember this at Mirage Lounge.
The
which is-
watermelon.
Yeah, so they put the stem down and instead of the vase at the bottom,
The watermelon.
they put the watermelon.
Yeah.
Boys, take
inside.
note. That's our next project.
That I'd love to see that perfected so it can
Yeah.
actually be done.
Well,
I know,
Actually,
because
we've done the watermelon on the actual head.
Yeah.
As an actual head. To get the bottom done, like, it is quite hard because it's round.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I feel like if you can perfect
someone's just, you're gonna have to take turns
Because
holding
you
the holding the
can
bottom so it doesn't
taste
roll.
the watermelon because it still had like a lot
yeah,
of the juice in it.
inside.
Yeah.
So you really can taste it.
Yeah.
Well, all right, obviously the watermelon's round from the base, yeah? So
Yeah.
the normal vase is flat, so the watermelon's round. If you just get, say a big bucket of rice or ice, and then do like an actual mold on the bottom where it just sits there. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Yeah, that'll-
many years ago, me and my mates were experimenting, and that's actually what we did. You know what I mean? It didn't work out the best, but I think now we're a bit older and wiser, and we can perfect it now. You know, so Jackson, that's a good idea. That's on the to do list.
That might be something a little project we could do.
Yeah, that's it.
A collaborative project.
That's it. I mean, that's what we've been talking about before this podcast, behind the scenes, all about collabs. And it's just funny, like how we've only known you boys now officially for what, like 2.5 hours,
Yeah.
and we're already talking about collaborating and ideas and videos and everything, stuff outside even just our realm of podcasting, and outside your realm of Shisha Delivery Service, just to come together and network.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think that's the fruit of life.
Yeah.
there.
Of course.
Meet,
Right.
and when we spoke over the phone a few days ago, meeting new people, doing new
Yeah.
things,
That's it, bro.
As soon as I messaged you boys on Instagram, straight away you're like, yeah, man, let's do it.
Yeah.
No questions asked. Didn't
That's
ask,
it. That's
didn't
it.
ask, who I am, nothing. Just like, yeah, let's do it.
That's it.
And then we'll figure out who you are later. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And
And-
that's what Shisha allows.
Yeah. And who knows what avenues can come from it.
Yep, that's it. And honestly, guys, we've probably known each other face to face for a few hours, but these guys are gentlemen, and I know they're still a few months in with their podcast, but they're just keep listening to them. They're fucking
Yeah.
awesome. We love them.
Look, we might not get it right every single week, but we're trying.
That's it. That's
Eventually, it's just gonna flow.
That's it.
And all right, before we start to get into what we're about, which is nothing. Before we get into that, one last shisha related question. What was your first flavor that you ever smoked?
That's
I
got to
know-
be the recurring question
know.
that we
Yeah.
have to ask.
I'm always curious. I feel
you
like
know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a tally.
yeah,
We should do a tally, right, of all the people we have and how many people say double
Yeah.
apple.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I want to ask this question here is because I think I know what your answer is going to be, but because Patrick is a bit younger, maybe his answer is going to be a little bit
Yeah,
different.
the generational shift.
Yeah. So what was yours? What was your first one, Hannah?
So my first one, I didn't remember it till like a few seconds ago. So I was probably maybe 13 or 14 years old. I was
Young gun.
Yeah, a young gun, straight into it, bro. It's fresh. My old man, he was my dad like smokes cigarettes. He doesn't smoke Argila, but I don't know. He went through a phase. He was smoking, whatever.
Yeah.
And I seen it, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, Dad, like, what is that, And he told me, he goes, all right, come. He goes, if you're gonna do anything, do it in front of me.
Yeah.
And it obviously was double apple. you
Yes.
know.
Okay. There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
Okay.
2 drags in, and my head was gone. So, but yeah, that was my first one, double apple.
Yeah. No, that's the answer we knew was coming. What about you,
I
Paddy?
was 14 and watermelon grape mint. And
Watermelon.
Watermelon grape mint.
Yes. Yes. We've had that before. It's a nice flavor. That's a good one.
I'll never forget it because start of something.
Well, that's where it started, man.
That's where
we
it
all
started.
start. We all start.
You
Somewhere.
know that was actually like my go-to flavor when I first started smoking. I had double apple was my first flavor, right? But then we were going out, we were experimenting with different flavors, and we'd go out with a group of people, and they tend to like the fruitier flavors more often.
Yeah.
So watermelon grape mint or watermelon blueberry mint
Yeah.
was always like kind of the go-to if we were
Yeah.
going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the good old the lemon blueberry mint.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that's why, because I went to I went and picked up some flavors today, and normally I don't buy alpaca anymore, like because I'm on to trifecta and eternal smoke and all that stuff. But I saw it there, and I'm like, you know what? I saw lemon mint there, I saw blueberry there. I'm like, I have to bring it back.
Yeah.
I want to bring it back on a
Like
future
the OG
episode.
flavours,
That's where it all started for me. That's where, because the first flavor I smoked was double apple too when I was 17. But where it really was like, wow, this is nice. It was a lemon blueberry mint from alpaca. Sometimes it's good to go back to the classics.
Yeah.
100%. Even the other day, Paddy, he bought a Nakhla packet, and like the OG flavor of Argila is the Nakhla apple.
Yeah.
Well, from my knowledge, it is, right?
Yeah.
And he brought it, and he's like, bro, he goes, let's get back into it. I said, look, we got to make sure we make it right. Anyways, we made the first one. We were still experimenting, whatever, and then I added just a hint of mint,
Mint,
a
Yeah.
little bit, and bro, this thing was like off
Just
its
you can
rocket,
smoke it all day. I swear.
Yeah.
Bro. It was
It
nice.
took it to
was
another
very
level.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
Mint
good.
just seems to enhance everything.
Oh yeah.
Mint just
100%.
makes everything better.
And in the
no matter
winter,
what it is.
In the
Doesn't
winter
matter what
as
you
well.
pack it with. You can pack it with anything.
Yeah.
It will just give it that extra kick, that
Yeah.
extra oomph. You know.
Yeah, that's
Oh
it.
yeah.
Extra.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Are you a morning smoker or afternoon smoker?
Afternoon, evening.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do
mainly
you,
evening.
do you smoke in the morning?
Listen, we got it way back. We went out on a long weekend, and I remember waking up 6:30 in the morning, and I see this kid Patrick just smoking ahead.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He goes, bro, you're not a man until you smoke in the morning.
All right. So, we actually didn't prepare for this topic, but one of the topics that we love to bring on is grind my gears.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yes.
So, here we just talk about tiny, minuscule things that really get us down to the nerve. And this week, I decided to say something because it happened to me the other weekend. Who the hell is doing loud housework and lawn mowing on a Sunday?
Oh. Yeah.
He grinds your gears, bro. He grinds.
Yeah?
Maybe it was him then.
Oh, bro, it's busy lifestyle, and hello, you said weekend, yeah, or just mornings in general.
Sundays.
Sundays, bro,
Sundays.
it's the best day to do it, mate.
But what are you doing it at like 9:30 in the morning?
Nah, a bit earlier.
A bit
earlier. I'm
A
trying
bit
to
earlier.
sleep.
Come on, man.
Swear
The,
it's
crack,
like they do it just to wake you up.
Yeah.
Eh?
the crack is
It's
on,
It's
bro.
like the one day I don't decide to set an alarm for work, and then you're outside my house. He's got his chainsaw out.
So we
chopping
have
down the
met.
tree.
Was that you and your PJs the other day?
And you know what? That reminds me of my neighbor. Like shout out to my neighbors. I got the best neighbors in the world, man.
Yeah.
Ridiculous times of the night. They're just working on their boat, working on their motorcycle, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? I remember we're just sitting up here and we're just having a laugh. We're like, this is classic. You know, we can't even get angry about it. But
Oh, look, it's only the lawn mowing that I do. It's just literally the catch up, and the old lady's just, mate, when are you gonna cut the grass? Oh, this weekend, and just fucking.
Like, you know what? You can wait till the night time, like the afternoon. You can wait.
it's
You
more
want to do it in the
productive,
morning.
Surely you can
You
do
want-
it on like a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
or something.
You know what, man?
Why
This
does it have
is
to be Sunday
you know what?
morning?
This is people with their lawns. People that take real pride in their lawns. They want everyone to know that they're mowing their lawn. That's,
Yeah, I know,
that's what they want.
See, that's what you do. You only do it, all right, because you know everyone's home. They're gonna see you doing it. They know, all right. If it was on any other weekday, they're all gone. They can't see you. You do it for the
that's
clout.
That's it. That's it.
What about this one? I don't know if it's relative to what you were saying, but I was speaking to my uncle the other day, and everyone does this here in your street. So I don't know what your bin day is, but our bin day is Wednesday, right, in our area.
Yeah.
So uncle lives close, and everyone follows him. So if the bin is out the front of his house on that evening or whatever, they're gonna put it out. Anyways, one day he forgot what day it was, so he put it out on the Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Now all his neighbours, they thought, all right, he's put it out. I'm gonna put it out. So Tuesday, they're all a
the
day
domino
early.
effect. Everyone's just followed him. And they're waking up the next morning calling the council, being like, why isn't my bin taken?
Oh, I swear to God, it was the funniest thing, bro. It had me going.
Oh, Paddy, man, what's something that grinds your gears? I don't know if you've prepared for this.
Oh my geez, that's a good question. Someone bandwagoning teams that are winning.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
very, very bad. I have Johnny there in the background. Never been to Melbourne, but he goes for the Melbourne Storms.
yeah, that trips me out. Why? You know what? Come on, Johnny, jump on the podcast. All right. So he's not from
Explain
Melbourne.
yourself.
Explain.
It's not my fault. My dad went for them since I was a kid. So fuck it, why not? Why not go for the same team, bro?
Nah,
Your dad's from the middle of Beirut. I think he goes for Lebanon.
Hey, bro, listen, I was a kid. My dad went for him, so I'm like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, that's it. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I love that.
Well said.
I've actually never met any Lebo that supports the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah, I know.
I actually don't know any Lebos that support anyone from Melbourne.
Yeah, I swear.
Now you have, that's it. There's time for everything.
That was the best excuse, or what?
But you know what? All right. For you boys, I don't know if you've watched all the episodes of our podcast, but we have a return character that comes on, almost week to week, and we call him Ray.
Oh
Right.
my god!
And you know what? That fits perfectly.
This
all right?
that fits so good.
All
you
right.
don't understand.
Ray, he follows the basketball, and I'll give him credit where it's due. When we did call him live on the podcast, all right, he did a great job, phenomenal job explaining the final series. but I just feel like he definitely bandwagons the Golden State Warriors.
No, but
But he doesn't just.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you this. A story. A few years ago, this would have been probably 5 years ago now. He goes, Jackson, man, I'm really getting into basketball, right? I'm loving it. So I really like, I love the Golden State Warriors, but yeah, you know who else I love? I love James Harden, man. I love James Harden, so I support the Houston Rockets too at the time.
Yeah.
And who's that guy? And he couldn't say Russell Westbrook properly. He used to say Russell Westbrook.
Russell. Mike Tyson.
Russell Westbrook. Yeah. Oh, I love the Thunder, man. Oh, he's a triple double machine.
He's the biggest bandwagon.
And then what we'd do is we'd play NBA 2K together, right? And then he'd go, oh man, I can't choose, like, because you're playing with one of my favorite teams and I've got another favorite team. I don't know who to support.
His biggest excuse when he loses in 2K is that because I got to play with the Golden State Warriors.
No. I didn't have my control freaks.
Yeah. Oh my god, man. You know what? What's a game that divides families, friendships, everything? Monopoly.
Oh, bro.
Can't beat Monopoly.
That's the friendships have been tested.
All the debates on how many houses you can build.
Oh man.
Everyone becomes a developer.
Everyone's a property developer. What about Uno? No one knows the official rules of Uno.
Yeah.
Can we just
That's the same with that's the same with Monopoly. But
yeah, I know. You're always changing the rules.
Okay. I don't know about your rules.
Because you got the house rules and then you got the official rules.
Yeah.
Right?
The house rules are always
And the house
changing.
rules are always like, they're there, but they're just slightly different.
Yeah.
I know, man.
Oh,
You got people that say you can end the Uno on a draw 4. It's like, bro, no, you can't, man.
That's a definite you can't. But can you put a draw 2 on a draw 2?
I feel like everyone
Of
does
course
that.
you
I've
can.
always done that.
Of course you
Sorry. A draw 4 on a draw 2. Can you do
No,
that?
No.
you can't. But you can stack draw 2s on draw 2s.
Yeah, you
can.
can.
In my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What about when you have to pick up? Can you play the card straight away, or you have to wait till it's your next turn?
Well, that's a good question. If you couldn't hear
Wait,
that one,
no. This is how I've always played.
Yeah.
I've always played that if you get forced to pick up, like someone's put down a draw 2 and you got to pick up 2, you got to wait till your next turn. But if you're out of cards and you don't have anything to play and you pick up from the deck,
You can play.
you can play.
yeah.
That's how I've always played.
That seems fair.
That's all.
What about when someone yells out Uno on you? How many cards are you picking up?
When someone yells
That's
Uno
a
on
very
you.
serious question.
If,
Can we
if
wait,
I'm
have that
asking my
repeated?
brother, 27.
When someone yells Uno, how many cards do you pick up?
Wow.
I usually play 2. Yeah, 2.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
Two.
I didn't know you pick up any cards when you say Uno. What?
If someone yells Uno, and if you got one card,
Yeah.
and you don't yell Uno, but someone
Oh,
yells Uno,
yeah.
is it you pick up 2? I
To
think
be
it's
honest,
pick up 2.
I actually don't even know if I've ever been in that situation.
You know what? Look, you
He's too
boy,
goated.
get on
He's too
Google right
goated.
now, boys. Check it out.
I say that, but I rarely ever win Uno games. For some reason, the cards just never come my way.
The cards are never in your favor.
It's always the card's fault. It's not my fault. But
How fast do you say Uno when you have that last card? When you have 2 cards and you're about to place it down?
straight away, like the moment.
No, hold on. This guy's life is in slow motion. All right. To say Uno, we're already playing the next game by the time this guy said Uno.
I love it.
When when you're at school, you play 400. You play 400, and when they all choose a teammate, and they say no, you be with him, and you're stuck with the shit teammate.
bro.
Oh,
That's
bro.
me
This
with
is-
you.
all right, let's go. Keep it going.
Alright,
We're gonna keep going here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we always play at my Judla's house, my grandfather's house, right?
Yes.
Our grandfather's house. I cannot play with him because I'm scared of him. Right? And
This is when we're playing- this is-
and,
yeah.
And you've seen me because I'm actually a good player, right? We're all actually relatively
Well, yeah,
good
we're
players,
always teammates, me and you.
right?
Is it-
And we tend to win, right? But for some reason, and he's not a bad player, my grandfather, but he just intimidates his teammate so much, right, that he can't play the way he'd normally
Scared,
play.
yeah.
Scared
yeah.
shitless.
Scared shitless. It
The
really
Lebanese
is.
version
Look,
of
we,
Uno,
we,
I
we
think.
touched on Ray just then. What about when Ray gets paired with Jidlo?
Ooh.
Oh
Bro.
my god.
And look, man, that's a dangerous situation. I get scared
Bro.
for him. That's it.
We gotta be
You got
aware
any
of
interesting Arabamia stories?
that. Ooh.
Just some big fights.
No, just the normal flipping tables, nothing.
Just
major.
the normal flipping
I
tables.
have, you know, I don't have an Arabamia one, but I have the backgammon one, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, if you guys are Arab, if you know, we call it shirsh bersh, backgammon, and there's like a way that we play. Anyways, so with us, especially our family, like, you know, there's a lot of banter, you know, and a lot of like, if you win, you get to put on and this, that. And I've slowly become better and better, you know, like I like to perfect the game, whatever. I was versing my uncle about 2 days ago. And we're playing away, you know, and my auntie, like, they had to go. And at that point, it was like I was just winning and I needed another 2 points to win, right? Anyways, and he's a sore loser, yeah, old school. Fucking he hates it, Uncle Sid.
Yeah.
Right? And then we're versing, and then that last game, I beat him by 2 points.
Yeah.
So I needed another point to win. And he goes, all right, Yellow, we're going to call it even match 9-1-1, and we both won. I was like, come on.
Over his dead body.
I swear to God. He would not hack it, so it's my objective now to verse him again and beat him.
What's his name, Uncle?
Uncle Sid. We'll
Uncle
call
Sid.
it
Uncle Sid, man. Learn how to lose, man.
Yeah, that's it.
And boys, we mentioned this one behind the scenes. This question, because I showed you the run sheet, what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
So, and this one tripped you boys out. So, if poison reached its expiry date, would it be more or less poisonous?
Wow.
And I thought about this, and I thought it was pretty simple, but I thought about it a bit deeper, and it just doesn't make.
Poison wouldn't have an expiry date.
But like, if it did have an expiry date, would it become more poisonous?
Like from like a
Or
snake,
it lose-
like a snake's like venom.
Something like that, yeah. Like
I feel like the longer you think about it, the more your answer changes.
I know, because then does it lose its potency then, or does it become intricately
Stronger.
more poisonous? And we're just my dad's just rocked up. He's come off the screen.
Oh,
There you go.
What's going on, Dad?
Got another guest?
No, man, your guest appearance is after this episode.
Well,
But what do we think, boys? More or less poisonous?
you know what? I think, because, bro, ever since reading that message when he sent it to me, I've just been thinking about it. I've told so many people. I think the only way to find out, give someone poison that is not expired, and give another person who it is expired, and let's see what the hell happens.
Well, you know what? We got Charbel and Jonny here, bro. Let's do it.
But what am I going to tell his mum? Bro, his mum says, please take care of him when he goes. Make sure he's working. This is that. Sorry, auntie, he drank the he drank the expired poison.
he had about a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
The longer you think about it, it's still the same thing. Poison's poison. It's still gonna fucking kill you.
Well, how do
True,
you know?
that's actually a good
That's
point.
true.
There's no-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the same regardless.
Sharps, can you please be the dummy?
I feel like no one will be surprised if he accidentally does it anyways.
All right, so I got another question to go into, and I actually was thinking about it before and thought about it a while. Would you rather? This is more of a would you rather style question. Would you rather work 4 days, 10-hour shifts, 5 days, 8-hour shifts, or 6 days a week, 6-hour shifts?
It's an interesting question because I thought about this and I crunched some numbers here. Now with the 4 10-hour shifts, that's accumulated to 40 hours per week.
So no. The 4 days and the 5 days a week are both 40-hour weeks.
That's right.
But the 6 days a week is actually 36 hours of work a week.
So you're getting
Right,
out-
so you get less work time over the week. But really, when you think about it, you're still working 6 days a
I
week.
think you're more productive, maybe.
You reckon?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah?
If
What
you're
would you
doing
boys
the
do?
six.
It depends like what you're doing.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're working for someone,
Yeah.
for that, they'll realistically, once you're at work, the hours just kind of happen.
Yeah.
So less days, I feel like is better.
Yeah. I feel like the only applicable ones there are either the 4 10-hour shifts or the 6 hours. Because I feel like to do 5 8-hour weeks, you're better off just doing.
So
4
I feel
10-hour
like
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like the five 8-hour days, which is basically the standard 9 to 5
Yep.
that most people work.
Yeah.
That's actually the worst one out of
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
possibilities.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You know,
That's true.
which is weird because that's the most common thing we have in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
You know?
the 4-day one was 10 hours, was
Yeah.
it?
10-hour shift.
Yeah, 5 days is 10 hours too.
5 days
Five
is
is
8
eight-
hours.
eight hours.
It's 8 hours.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's 40 hours. But
And then
still.
and then you got 6-hour shifts. So I think it depends on on how productive you are
Yeah, that's
In
true.
that-
outside
time.
your work
At the end of it,
experience.
it comes down to this.
Yeah.
It comes down to the coin. Comes down to the money.
If they're paying more, I'll work all three of them.
Yeah, if you
Yeah, well, if you think about it.
Something tells me Charbel already works 4 days a week, 6-hour shifts.
Bro, I finished today at 6 o'clock, bro.
Yeah,
Well, in the morning,
Well,
just
reckons
after
he
you
works.
rocked up.
Okay, straight here.
Well, yeah, if you think about it, I reckon maybe the 4-day 10 hours, because then you have 3 days free.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if you just
Yeah,
3
3 days.
organise
that's the way I
yourself
think
well,
about it.
Yeah.
So get that
organise
extra
yourself
day.
well.
3
Well,
days for Euphoria, I think.
It depends on what you value more. Do you value having like full days off so you can go plan and do things? Or do you value finishing work early so you have more days a week that you can actually go out and spend time during the week doing things, even though there might be a less amount of time doing those
See,
things?
what the 6 days allows is like the traditional, like after work hangout, which
Yeah.
not many people do. But what the 4 days allows is the weekend, you get the more time to hang out with
That's
the
it.
people
If
around
you like to, well, that's the thing. If you like to party, you go with the 4-10 hours.
Yeah,
Go
exactly.
with the 4-10 hours.
Exactly.
But like for you, we were talking about this before the podcast. Sometimes you don't even sleep, man.
Yeah, bro,
You're just
it's
always on the grind.
nice.
So I feel like you could do any one of these
Yeah, bro.
kinds of shifts, and you'll just make it work.
When he said those numbers, I was like, bro, I can't remember the last time I did a 40-hour week. It's just every day is just on the grind, you know, and especially for the
This guy's doing
Euphoria
50-hour weeks, man. This guy's nuts.
Yeah, I
He'll
swear,
t-
we don't
yeah.
sleep. But if I was to choose, I think I would have to go with the 4 days, because say the Monday to Thursday you're doing those 10 hours, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, probably spend with your family, spend spend it with Euphoria, spend it with Charbel calling me up, FaceTiming me, saying, "Oh, cuz, what are you doing tonight? Let's crank ahead." This, that, you know. So.
That's crazy. Heads every night.
Touching on what you said with like value, it also comes down whether you value the time or the money
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah,
But they all kind of fall in a pretty close bracket
yeah.
of money and time, I think.
It'll all fall into place.
Yeah.
You know? Here's another question. So there are two kinds of people. There's the morning risers, and there's the night owls. So people that are most productive in the morning, people that are more productive at night. What are you boys? Are you boys more productive at night? Are you more productive in the morning? Because there's people that
Or what do you think is more productive
Yeah.
for someone?
because there are people
Stay
that
up
say,
late and work, or get up early and work?
Yeah, because there are people that will wake up at 4 a.m. Like, you know, strict schedule. Wake up at 4 a.m. They're getting shit done, you know, before 8 a.m.'s even hit yet.
Yeah, I think look, just depending on what you do for your work, sort of thing, you know, like we have trades as backgrounds, you know, so I find the most productive getting up that 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, I train early in the morning, go to the gym, get it out of the way by 6 o'clock. You know, get to the job site 7, crank out the work, smash it out. 4 o'clock.
Thought he was gonna say crank out a nag.
Yeah, the morning.
Yeah. But sometimes, depending.
While he's training, I'm finishing ahead at home.
You know, so yeah, like for myself, Monday to Friday, I would have to say I'm very productive during the morning,
Yeah.
and then the weekends, because of the shisha stuff, I'm pretty productive at night. You know
That's
what I
it,
mean?
the best of both worlds.
Best of
Yeah,
both.
so,
Same for you, Paddy, or?
Yeah, I have my days, especially with Euphoria as well,
Yeah.
because we do get quite busy on the weekends. You just got to find that balance of, you don't want to overrun yourself. So I find my balance. But yeah, I prefer the morning.
Yeah.
How
The trade.
productive can you be smoking a head every morning? That's
That's
That's why I
hour.
smoke it.
That's the time he gets.
It's about what you're doing while you're smoking.
Yeah,
it.
it's it. Paperwork, organising.
you know what the old lady always told me from a young kid that the early bird gets the worm.
Yeah,
Early
that's
gets
true.
the worm.
That's true.
I got a story.
Yeah.
I remember Paddy called.
Wait, come
Yeah,
here.
man,
and
come
tell
on, mate,
us-
come on, bro.
Come
Come
on,
on, man.
tell-
Faster.
Guys,
I was-
Charbel,
us a story.
one of our delivery
Appearance
drivers,
for the Sunday smoke.
one of the lads.
Hi everyone. I got a story. I remember Paddy called me up. He's like, "Oh, you know what? Can you give us a hand?" I was like, "Yeah, all right. What time do you want me to be at yours?" He's like, 6:30. I'm like, "All right." I got there a bit late, 6:45. First thing I see is his Faham on. I'm like, "All right, we're not leaving till 7:30." Cause 7:30 hit. I go, "Paddy, when are we leaving?" He goes, "Your job doesn't open till 8:30." I go, "All right, done." I'm like, "All right." I was like, "You know what? As long as I'm getting paid for it." So I was like, "It doesn't matter."
There's
Hey,
always time
hey,
for an Aggie.
If you're getting paid to smoke, you don't ask questions.
Brother.
You just do it.
Sign me up, man.
So, what do we think about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case? What are our thoughts? Oh, sorry, from a Lebanese point of view, Lebo point of view.
As Charbel said.
As Charbel said.
It's all over TikTok, isn't it? Like,
Jeez.
it's just crazy.
It's just taken over the internet.
I think they're both as bad as each other, and I also think the Oscar should go to Amber Heard.
Oh, bro, did you see the tissue one? When she was holding the tissue and she
Yeah,
paused.
and they were doing the
then-
photos.
Yeah, bro, come on, man. Like,
feel like-
lady, seriously.
Come
I feel like if
It's
she dropped another comment, I feel like Will Smith would have made his way there and just cuffed her.
Give her the backhand.
The
Give her
Will
the
Smith.
backhand.
Bro, have you seen the TikTok where she's like, what you say, and like my dog is sick, and then everyone's doing like everyone's doing like TikToks like no, and they
Yeah.
rhyme with it like my name's John Wick.
That's epic. Bro, you gotta love the
What it-
internet. They
Bro,
just
the-
take everything
The
out.
internet is honestly, in some ways, it's the best thing that's ever
Oh,
happened.
no.
It doesn't matter what you do, the internet always wins.
Yeah,
always
of
wins.
I swear.
What do
You
you
know-
boys think?
You know, I got a bit of a touching on that. How do you think the internet has changed?
Oh, we're going away from
the
Amber Heard.
world?
Yeah, yeah.
You
How do
know
you-
what I mean? Or the Amber Heard, I don't know. I haven't really looked into it much, but like the internet, you know, because that case, obviously, the internet, we're seeing what we're seeing through the internet.
Yeah.
But the actual internet itself, you know, do you think that because you know we've been around long enough and it has changed a lot in the last 10, 20 years, you know?
Well, I think the internet's influenced our generation so much. You flip the situation around. Johnny Depp's in jail 3 years ago.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You flip it back, there's a court case and it's 50-50. Like
Yeah.
really, you know, like the internet might be not as much divided as
Like
it seems.
you imagine they had a poll on the internet, on
Yeah.
Instagram or TikTok. you
Instead
know?
of having a jury, they got a poll on.
Yeah.
They got an
No, no
Instagram
poll,
poll.
bro. The guy's doing life, lad. You know
100%.
what I mean? But then if you actually do like what is actually in the court,
What's
and
actually
everything,
happened, and do we really know what's happened? For all we know, she might not be lying.
Right,
She might be
Well,
lying.
yeah, that's the thing. At the end of the day, some events have no doubt occurred. You
Yeah.
know, we're not trying to think lightly on topics like this
Yeah.
because obviously stuff did happen.
Yeah.
It's just the way that it's being presented.
Oh, on the internet.
That's
it's just
you can't help but laugh.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
It's all. I don't want to say it's laughable, but it kind of is. And the
Yeah.
way that the internet just takes it and runs. And,
Yeah, exactly.
All these meme, and it's so easy to become a meme these days.
Jeez.
Bro.
I'm just waiting for the day that we become a meme.
I
man.
was gonna
Oh,
say.
bro, there's gonna be one thing that we say that's gonna blow up. All of a sudden, we're on all the memes on all over
Yeah.
TikTok.
yeah, I swear.
All right, so this is a bit impromptu. Like we did with Andy, we're actually going to split this episode into two parts. We weren't actually going to do this before, but we've only gone through about half the run sheet. You know, the vibe has been that good. You know, an hour's gone past and we haven't even realized. So we're going to break this into two parts. We're going to continue recording after this, and we're going to bring part two. It won't be next week. It will be sometime in the near future, maybe episode 20, I reckon. So with that said, boys, you can catch for the social media plugs. Run through, Jackson.
All right, so first of all, on the Sunday Smoke, you can catch us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. On YouTube and Instagram, we're at the Sunday Smoke, and on TikTok, we're the Sunday Smoke clips for the shortened versioned clips.
That's it, man. If you need to send us an email, go to sundaysmoke@gmail.com. And boys, just before we wrap this one up, where can anyone find you on your what's your socials?
So you can find us on Instagram, at Euphoria_Shisha. You'll see all our content there. But as you can see and hear now, we're just having a laugh. We like the good vibes. We're also on TikTok, same thing. We have a laugh, good vibes, you know. And we're slowly introducing some cracker stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's where you can find us. I guess.
Be sure to find our content.
That's it.
That's it. Euphoria. It's very euphoric.
Euphoric.
But no, thank you, boys, for coming on. Well, I mean, we're not finished yet. The coals aren't coming off. We're putting new coals on
Yeah, that's
as
it.
we go as we dive into part 2 of this episode. But thanks, boys, for joining us for this one, and we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Easy. Love you, boys.
Thanks for listening.